Hi, it's Lou Theodore, and it's day 77 of 100 videos in 100 days. And I wanted to say thank you because at the end of the last video, I asked if there were any particular type of videos that you prefer to see. Was there anything that you wanted me to talk about? Any questions you wanted to ask? Any format of video that you preferred? And I'm really pleased that thank you. Some of you responded to that question and came back with lots of ideas and opinions and that sort of thing. So I want to take this evening's video and address one of those questions. Sorry, I've still got a bit of a sore throat, so if I sound a bit croaky and I have to have a drink halfway through this, you know why. So the question was, what makes me creatively satisfied these days? What sort of creative project makes me happy? And this is really interesting to me because I don't think it's going to be what you expect. What makes me really creatively engaged these days is not a specific project, it's not a specific drawing, it's actually the process of creating something. So since I started doing this video project, and a little bit before actually, I became very aware that we all receive inspiration. We all have these sort of mad ideas, they can seem quite mad, that seemingly appear from nowhere and just pop into our heads. Previously, I didn't listen to a lot of those ideas. I didn't particularly give them sufficient value and really note them down. They popped in, I maybe discounted them and looked away. That's really changed considerably for me, in that when I have ideas, excuse me, when I have ideas that pop in now, I take them seriously. And actually, the more left field they are, the more challenging, the more unexpected they are, the more I take note. And actually, this very video project is a live example. I've never had any particular ambitions to be doing videos. It doesn't really fit into any kind of business model, that sort of thing. But it popped into my head. It seemed an interesting idea. It seemed like it would be a stretch and, an interesting journey. And so I did it. So that's the first part, is just becoming much more aware of when inspiration comes in, what it is, making a note of it and taking it seriously. The next part of it is I now take action on those ideas that come in. So again, previously what would happen is an idea would pop in and my rational thinking mind would get involved in it, and I would probably discount many of those ideas within seconds of having them. Now I've found the key to this is an idea pops in and I take an action to make it real, just a step towards it as quickly as I can. That's what happened with this project, and it's what's happening with more and more things for me. And because you can have these ideas, you can, even if you don't discount them, you can just have them in your head. You can kind of look at them, turn them around, play with them, think about them, and nothing happens. The magic happens, the kind of creative process, as far as I'm concerned, gets really kicked into gear when you take action. And the faster you take action, the less thinking gets involved, the less chance you get to talk yourself out of doing anything, and you're just following through on pure inspiration. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about any sort of idea that would harm or hurt another person. Let's put that out there. We're talking generally about creative projects or directions that I can go in, right? So the ideas I'm talking about are not hurting anyone. But that taking the idea seriously and then taking action on it, that is the most exciting, creative thing that I do now, the most inspiring and energizing thing. So this video project is an example of that. Another example of that is actually my whole kind of relationship and journey with the Brighton and Hove Bus Company. So the backdrop to that is I was working a part-time job that involved a 45-minute journey each way on the bus to the office. I was at the same time bemoaning my lack of time in the studio. So I made a decision to use that commuting time as creative time. I started doing small drawings on the bus of commuters. I started documenting random conversations that happened, events, small little details that I noticed on that journey. And I was happily, excuse me, I was happily going along doing just that. Then a random idea popped into my head. Wouldn't it be really, really cool, though, if you could develop a kind of mutually beneficial relationship with the bus company around this work? I acted quite quickly. I didn't engage a lot of thinking about it. I started tagging the bus company in on the Instagram posts. I sent them an email, and look what happened. Very quickly, I met with the bus company, and from that little bit of inspiration, all sorts of things have happened, none of which I could have anticipated. So I got a paid artist in residence role for them, for me just to sit on the bus for a whole month across the cities, drawing people. They tied that in with a social media campaign that they were running. I've done other really exciting work for them, drawing different bus drivers and staff. I've done the front covers of publications for them. I've even ridden on the top of the Santa bus, which is a bus that's decorated with lights that goes around Brighton and Hove during Christmas. Excuse me, sorry, I'm struggling with the voice. And there's even Father Christmas on the top of that. So I got to meet Father Christmas, draw him, and draw all the groups of children who are waiting for Father Christmas to arrive. Now that I could not see that end result when I did that. All I saw was the next step, which was contact the bus company, make yourself visible, share your work. That was the next step. And all this unfolded subsequently, and other things as well. So this video, and actually this video project, I should say that, has offered many, many opportunities. Lots of doors have opened. I've had some really interesting subsequent ideas from it. I've made really unexpected connections through it. And so much so, I started to keep a logbook of what is actually unfolded during the duration of this, because I was afraid I would actually forget some of the stuff. That's going to have to be a separate, probably 2-part video, because I've got a 10-minute kind of curfew with the length of videos for Instagram TV. So in summary, I've only got 30 seconds left. It's actually the recognizing how special inspiration is when it comes to it, taking it seriously, valuing it, and then acting on it quickly. That is the most creative, inspiring, and satisfying things that I do these days. Thank you for watching.